What's up, you guys? My name is Hannah if we haven't already met, and if we have met before, good to see you again. So, today I'm doing a Q&A, Hairstylist edition. So, I asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram about anything hair related. And you guys came through and asked me quite a few. So, let's get to it. So my first question that I'm going to answer is color related. And this person asked me if when you do highlights or balayage, is the hair toned or dyed? And the answer is the hair should be toned. So you go in initially with a lightener to do the highlights or the balayage highlights. You let that sit on, you shampoo. After you shampoo, you typically want to tone, and here's why. When the hair is lifted by the lightener, it is not lifted to anything that looks pretty typically. Unless you have a really beautiful base to start with, typically something very light, it may turn out okay. But a lot of times the hair lifts to an orangey, yellowy, brassy color, and nobody wants that. So, after you shampoo, you tone to get to the desired tone that your client is looking for, whether that is something that's ashy or cooler toned, or something even warmer. Even though you're canceling out brass, a warmer toned highlight is a lot prettier than a natural raw highlight. So you use the toner to cancel out any unwanted tones and add in the tones that you're looking for. Another great thing about a toner is it typically has some sort of conditioning or glimmer particle or gloss in it that really adds a lot of shine and life back into the hair. Those highlights, when they're just on their own without anything on them, can be very raw and feel almost kind of dry to the touch. So adding a toner or some sort of glaze or gloss on top of that can be really, really beneficial to the tone of the hair, but also to the health of the hair. All right, so the next questions that I'm gonna jump into are all based on style. So the first question is how to frizz control on air dried hair. Now, this is kind of a tough one. I personally do not experience frizzy hair, so this answer is coming from my experience as a professional. I have a few really great tips that will hopefully help you when you're air drying your hair. I would highly recommend investing in some really good product. There are so many out there, and you may have to play with a few to find some that you really love, but that can be so helpful when it comes to taming frizz. You don't want to use anything too heavy because you can start to get greasy. No matter how thick or heavy your hair is, you don't want to use too much product. So using some sort of smoothing lotion to help really hydrate the hair and also settle that frizz a little bit will be great. A lot of times, people who deal with frizz the most, and I know this isn't everybody, but people who deal with frizz a lot of times have some sort of curl, wave, or texture to their hair. So it can be kind of important if you're air drying to just like lean into that. Lean into your natural texture. That will be so beneficial to you, which you will also want a product for that. Using some sort of curl balm or curl cream can really help to moisturize the hair and set it in that wave or curl that you have naturally. I know it starts to feel like a lot of product, but you really don't need a lot. I promise you, doing a couple short product steps with your hair after you get out of the shower will be really beneficial and a lot less time than it would if you're heat styling, blow drying, all that kind of stuff. So I would say some sort of smoothing lotion, some sort of curling balm can be really helpful. And another thing you can do is once you have those products in your hair, take your hair and just wrap it slightly around your finger, twist it a little bit, and let it set for a little while like that. That can really help to kind of blend the frizz down, calm it down a little bit, and kind of set a structure to your hair, and your hair will dry more styled than it will not. Another really important thing about frizz, and this goes for styling just in general, is don't touch your hair. Don't do it. The more you touch your hair, the more the frizz is just going to expand and grow and become huge. You're just messing with the hair, you're ruffling up the cuticle. It's not going to be happy with you, and it's just going to grow. And like I said, that goes for styling in general. So if you're someone who curls your hair, the more you mess with it, the sooner it's going to fall, because the oils from your hands are breaking down your style, and that's not good. I am so bad about this. I touch my hair all the time. I rake my fingers through my hair. Hair gets greasy, oily, style falls. It's just how it goes. But if you can avoid it, it really helps to maintain any style to not touch your hair. A few recommendations I have for product are the smoothing lotion by Moroccan Oil. It is amazing, smells great, and is so hydrating to your hair. That one you really need to be careful when you're air drying that it's not too heavy, that you don't put too much in, because it will get greasy because it's so hydrating. Love that about it, but don't love the grease factor. The other product that I would recommend for smoothing is the Amika Velveteen Dream. We use this at our salon and it's been amazing. I personally love it so much. It's not quite as heavy as the Moroccan Oil, so if you're someone who has a finer texture, that one may be good for you, but also very hydrating, great for the hair. A curl cream that I would recommend is also by Amika. It's called Curl Corpse, and it's very hydrating as well, but really, really helps to define your curls, but not in a crunchy, crispy type of way. They do have a curl defining gel as well that is also the Curl Corpse line. If you're going for more of that really, really defined curl that maybe isn't quite as soft of a texture, that's a really good product too, especially pairing them together and twisting and wrapping your hair around your finger. That will give you such an amazing curl. So that would be a good one to try as well. So moving on to another styling question. Somebody asked, why can't I pull off a middle part? So styling and parting, what looks good and what doesn't kind of comes down to your face shape. So if you're someone with a more round face or a more broad face or a more square face shape, a lot of times you can pull off the middle part. It creates almost the same effect as contouring your face does. It kind of blocks off up here a little bit, blocks off around the side, and draws more attention to the center of the face and creates more of that oval look. And I'm gonna be honest, if I did not curl my hair when I wore a middle part, we'd be looking like George Washington from the 1800s. It's not a pretty sight. So sometimes you do just have to style it when you do the middle part. You can't just expect it to look great in the middle. So play around with it, see how it works with your face shape, and who knows, it could be great. Next question. I have a hard time styling my hair. Help! Styling your hair can be really, really hard and frustrating at times. My best advice would be just practice. Just work on it. Honestly, I didn't know how to use a regular curling iron on my hair until a few years ago. I used my straightener. That's how I got my hair to curl. Couldn't figure it out. It takes time. It takes practice. It takes repetition. Some people are naturally just really good at styling hair on themselves, and some people aren't. So I would just say practice, practice, practice. Look at tutorials, find how other people do it, and just work on it. You'll get there. Okay, so my last set of questions are all like personal experience, my own career kind of deal. So my first question that I got was, what is your least favorite part about being a hairstylist? And this may sound like lame or like I'm a wimp or something like that, but my least favorite part about being a hairstylist is standing on my feet all day. Like I said, that sounds wimpy, suck it up. But for me, I have endometriosis, which that story is for another day, but it can just be really hard on my body to be having a really busy, long day. And a lot of times on my busier days, I go home and I'm just in pain. Because I'm in pain and I had a long day, I'm completely wiped out. So drained, exhausted, and then I have to get up and do it the next day, which I love my job and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But I'd say at least right now in my life and in my career, that's the hardest part of it. Now, bouncing off of that, somebody asked, what's the best part of my career? I think what I love best about my career is that I get to go to work every single day and be creative and be an artist. And there are so many times where I'm blow drying my client's hair and I'm like, "Ooh, girl, that looks really good." And I don't typically say that out loud because I don't want to sound conceited and proud, but that's so cool for me because I'm proud of myself. But then also, I just got to create something extremely beautiful for somebody else, and they get to wear that every single day and have something that makes them feel beautiful and confident. And I love that. It is so awesome when you turn people around after their blow dry and they're like, oh, that is the best feeling ever. So that's all I have for today. I had so much fun answering your questions. It was so awesome to see them come through. If you ever have any questions at all about hair, feel free to message me through my Instagram. I'll leave the handle down in the description below. Also, what other kind of videos do you guys want to see on this channel? I would love to post more regularly, and I have some ideas up my sleeve, but I also want to know what you guys want to see. It can be hair related, it can just be my life, it can be fun games, challenges, I don't know. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and I'm excited. Let's go on this journey together, see what's next. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!